Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Learn with me. In this channel we will be learning the CBSE based chapters of English. So let us start with the first chapter of Standard 10th, A Letter to God by G L Fuentes. Now, first of all we will learn about the author. Who is the author? Yes, Gregorio Lopez. Gregorio Lopez Fuentes was born on November 17, 1895 at Mexico. He died on December 10, 1966 at Mexico. Later, when we talk about Gregorio Lopez, he was a Mexican novelist, poet, and journalist. When we talk about his journalism, he used to write articles on historical events. Now let us start the chapter. We will read each paragraph and then I will explain it to you. So let us start reading. The house, the only one in the entire valley, sat on the crest of a low hill. From this height one could see the river and the field of ripe corn dotted with the flowers that always promised a good harvest. The only thing the earth needed was a downpour or at least a shower. Throughout the morning, Lencho, who knew his fields intimately, had done nothing else but see the sky towards the northeast. From the first paragraph, we know about the protagonist, and the protagonist or the hero of the story is Lencho. Now, Lencho lives in a small house on the crest or top of a small hill, and from the house we could see a river and Lencho's corn farm. Now here you can see a picture of the corn farm. The flowers of the plant promised a good harvest, but it seems that the land needed good rain or at least a shower. And Lencho was busy looking towards the sky in the northeast direction for the rain since morning. So he is standing there since morning. Let's go to the second paragraph. Now we are really going to get some water, women. So from this line we come to know about two things. The first thing is it's going to rain, and the second thing is he doesn't live there alone. He lived there with his wife. Let's go to the next paragraph. The woman who was preparing supper replied, "Yes, God willing." The older boys were working in the field, while the smaller ones were playing near the house, until the woman called to them all, "Come for dinner." It was during the meal that, just as Lencho had predicted, big drops of rain began to fall. In the northeast, huge mountains of clouds could be seen approaching. The air was fresh and sweet. The man went out for no other reason than to have the pleasure of feeling the rain on his body. And when he returned, he exclaimed, "These aren't raindrops falling from the sky. They are new coins. The big drops are 10-cent pieces, and the little ones are 5." So, in the paragraph given over here, his wife, who was preparing dinner, replied, "Yes, it will rain if the God wish." Now we also come to know about his children. The elder boys were working in the farm and the younger ones were playing. Now the wife is calling the children for dinner, and during the dinner it started to rain. There were huge mountains of clouds in the northeast direction. Now the atmosphere is sweet and fresh. Lencho went out to feel the rain. After enjoying the rain, he returned and said it was not the raindrops that were falling, but the new coins. The big drops were 10-cent and the small ones were 5-cent. Now here we can see a direct comparison made by Lencho. He compares the big drops of water with 10 cents and the smaller drops with 5 cents. Why? Because only through rain they can get a good harvest and gain a lot of money. Let's go to the next paragraph. With a satisfied expression, he regarded the field of ripe corn with its flowers, draped in a curtain of rain. But suddenly a strong wind began to blow, and along with the rain, very large hailstones began to fall. These truly did resemble new silver coins. The boys, exposing themselves to the rain, ran out to collect the frozen pearl. Now, their happiness of getting good rain didn't last long. Okay? Along with the rain, there were hailstones. Now, what is hailstone? It means small, hard balls of ice that fall from the sky. You can see a picture of hailstone over here. The hailstones looked like silver coins, and so the boys went out to collect it. Here, the writer compares the hailstones with the silver coins. Let's go to the next slide. It's really getting bad now, exclaimed the man. I hope it passes quickly. It did not pass quickly. For an hour, the hail rained on the house, the garden, the hillside, the cornfield, on the whole valley. The field was white as if covered with salt. Let's see the explanation. The condition was getting worse, and they were hoping the rain would stop soon. But it lasted for 1 hour, and everything what the garden, the hillside, the cornfield, and the whole valley looked white as if it was covered with salt. Let's go ahead. Not a leaf remained on the trees. The corn was totally destroyed. The flowers were gone from the plants. Lencho's soul was filled with sadness. When the storm was past, he stood in the middle of the field and said to his sons, a plague of locusts would have left more than this. The field has left nothing. This year we will have no corn. That night was a sorrowful one. All our work for nothing. There's no one who can help us. We will all go hungry this year. Now let us understand these paragraphs in detail. There were no leaves left on the plants, and his field was completely destroyed. So we can say there was no flowers left, and because of all these things, Lenchu was very sad. And after the storm, he stood in the middle of the field and said to his son that an attack from the locust would have left more plants safer. Now you can see an image of the locust over here. The hail has left nothing. It was one of the worst nights for them. All their works went in vain. According to them, no one could help them, and they were going to starve this year. So here we are halfway through the story. We will continue from here in the next video. Subscribe to my channel and click the bell icon to get the notification of the next video. Until we meet, it's a bye from Learn With Me.